An interesting thing I would say I found, you know, researching, looking at, being involved with politics is that desire to be different. And I think that in, that principle, that phenomena, if you will, doesn't necessarily only belong to politics. We live in such a globalized society where we're all a part of genuinely this internet culture, all these memes, posts, apps and things connect us all on things, more than just celebrities or politicians. There's like different sayings, words, phrases, terms. Cool. What's the next cool thing? Is it this show, that show? This and that. And I think with it, the idea of counterculture or going against the grain has been something that's almost been seen as something that's virtuous, something that's as rewarding as someone who's on a higher level of thinking. When in reality, it's kind of um, hypocritical. Not necessarily the word. That's not the right word. Hypocritical. I would say, you know, yeah, we'll go with the word hypocritical. Just the idea that um, if everybody is trying to go against the mold, then nobody is, right? If everybody's special, then everybody isn't special. If everybody's rich, everyone's poor. We're all on the same playing field. Um, as you see that a lot with trends, especially like you know artists, for example, like, oh, you listen to this popular song, well, actually, I listen to something you don't know of. I listen to something alternative. I listen to something that's underground, underplayed, no one knows about it. I think it makes us feel unique in a time and age where, we're able to relate with people. Our little niche hobbies that we think we have are actually more expansive if you just look on the internet and find a forum with people that are like you. And broadening the scope, you could take that to politics in the sense where it's like a lot of people I see carry the notion and the principle of wanting to always go against the mold and always be different, stand out, whether it's taking an unpopular position, arguing, you know, why they're correct, why their little niche philosophy is correct, and why it works and how different they are. But I want to dispel the idea that different doesn't necessarily mean better. I think a lot of people who have pushed the needle forward um, were different, but it wasn't the sake of being different, if that makes sense. I don't think it's appropriate to be different just for the sake of being different. I think it's appropriate to always do good, always, the idea of, your responsibilities, your duties, taking care of those around you, taking care of society as a whole, that idea of general welfare that's laid out in the Constitution that a lot of people attack with. If that means you're going to have a different thought process, so be it. However, I feel like, you know, being different just to be different doesn't mean much. It very much reminds me of the people who like have thousands of followers on Instagram just to follow like 20 or so people. This god complex, this superiority complex is never ever working. And I don't know, for some reason in this new age of social media, that's being blasted and promoted as something of, these red pill dudes who think they're the shit, going against the grain of, how to treat women or how to approach success, money, these things like that. Just flipping the script of what morals are, going against the grain, like I said, to appear of someone who's more knowledgeable, to someone who's more powerful, someone who's just on a different level, just you won't comprehend what they're on. But by that same token, I'm not saying that we all have to think the same, act the same, talk the same. But I am saying, you know, don't be different. Don't take the opposite, take the contrary just because you want to appear different. You know, there's a very good quote in the movie Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller. And the quote goes, "Beautiful things don't ask for attention." if I have to come up to you, if I have to say like, look how great I am, look how different I am, look at all these people, but look at me, look at what I'm doing. I wouldn't consider you, anyone above. For me, I think the realest people, the people who are different, the people who are, you know, on a quote unquote higher level of thinking, for lack of a better term, are the ones who you have to dig deep. You have to dig deep to find out who they are, why they do the things they do, their achievements. I think if I have to tell someone how good I am or how good my achievements are, I don't think my achievements are necessarily good, because it shouldn't be the idea of doing something for the sake of the reaction you may get from the people around you. And you can apply that logic to voting. By all means, be selfish when you vote. That's the right thing to do. Um, but going on that the defense, going on the opposite side, well, you know what? I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that to arouse a reaction to gain a platform. My buddy told me, he's like, well, if you want to blow up on YouTube, you got to say some more out of pocket shit. But you know, am I going to say some out of pocket shit just for the notoriety? I don't think so. I don't think that makes sense. If I say something out of pocket and that's how I truly feel, so be it. But, you know, don't do things just to do them. Do things with a purpose. Um, you know, don't rely on the consequences, whether good or bad, of your actions. And I think those people who live by that compass are the ones who are not only most successful in politics, but are just successful in life in general. And with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.